Oh my god, I don't understand why they're trying to break into our home. Why are they trying to break down our doors? What the fuck? I let them do whatever they want. I let them fucking steal Gucci. I let them fucking steal Rolex. I let them have their fucking Louis Vuitton bags. I even let them burn down my favorite Wendy's. What the fuck? I give them everything they want, and they just want more. Why do they hate me? Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Calling the police. Hello, is it the policies? Tell them to go away. Yes, this is Mayor Lightfoot, and there's a bunch of white people trying to break into my home right now. It's fucking racism. I need all of your officers here to protect my house right now. And all of them. What do you mean they're all busy? What are they busy doing? Protecting the people from rioters? Fuck the people. Fuck the people! I'm the most important bitch in the room! You get your officers up here right now, or I'm gonna defund the police! Hello? 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 The bitch just hung up on me!
Bitch, we don't fuck with small talk. We associate with people that are known to call cops. See that shine from my wrist to my neck, all rocks. Gucci flip-flops with Louis Vuitton socks. Man, I'm always doing work, the shit is non-stop. Fuck your bitch and blow inside her mouth just like a pop rock. Yeah, I've done a bit of dirt, but I've never got caught. If you wanna live like me, well shit, that's gonna cost lots. Hey,
and welcome back to a brand new episode of Darth News, special edition. Rules for thee, but not for me, baby. What do you mean, why? Because I'm the fucking mayor, bitch. And the hypocrite of the week is Lori Lightfoot. Mayor Lori Lightfoot, that's right. And she is anything but a light foot. She's a heavy foot. No, I'm not saying she's fat. I'm saying that she just... You know where she's going, is what I'm saying. Well, the Chicago mayor, Lori Lightfoot, wants all of the policies to protect her home. That's right, all of them. She doesn't care that they're running very thin, that they're working overtime, that they're protecting civilians like you and me. She doesn't give a fuck. She wants all of the fucking policies protecting her home. Because she's more important than you. Because she's a politician. And she gets to do whatever she wants. Whatever her little black heart desires. No, I didn't mean it like fuck, cause she, no. I know she's black. I didn't mean like a black heart cause she's... Haven't you ever heard the expression, you have a black heart? Fuck off. Isn't it ironic that the same mayor who wants to dismantle, abolish, defund the police, and the same mayor who wants to take away your Second Amendment, who wants to disarm you, wants all of the cozy luxuries of the protection of the police? She wants to feel protected by the police. She wants the fucking guns. She wants it all. She wants that protection, baby. She pretends that she's righteous and high and mighty, and she cares about the people. She doesn't. She doesn't. I just can't believe that a mayor of a city, the leader of the city, is telling you that you can't be protected because I need all the fucking cops at my house protecting me and my family. She acts like it's everybody's right as a human being to feel safe and protected. Yet she's taking away the fucking tools, the essential tools that we need as civilians to protect ourselves, which is firearms, fucking police. That's about it. Firearms and police. But what is going through the mind of this mayor? You know what I mean? Like, what is going through her head? What makes her think that she can actually take the police away from the civilians, the community, put the community in more danger, in harm's way, and put the police up in your fucking high castle to protect you? How can we trust our leader if she is disarming you, encouraging riots, and then fucking taking all the police for herself? How are we supposed to trust this kind of a politician? I mean, you shouldn't really trust any politicians ever, but especially this one. And AOC. And Nancy Pelosi. And the rest of the fucking squad. Every chance this mayor gets, she turns a cold shoulder. She turns a blind eye to all the chaos and the destruction and the riots that are going on. She pretends like it's not happening, so that way she can stay in the fucking, the limelight of the fucking Antifa BLM movement. Since the very beginning, this mayor and many other mayors around the country have been virtue signaling to the woke fringe left, to the fucking fringe cringe. These political robots like Lightfoot and other governors and mayors around the country probably can't even come up with one original thought on their own. Everything that they do, everything they say is pandering to a cringe fringe minority. They're pandering to a fucking fringe minority. And they think that this is what the fucking world wants. They think this is what America wants. Do you know how many Democrats I've spoken to that are like, I'm voting for Trump now because he's the most liberal president out of all of them. He's about free speech. He's about fucking freedom of expression. He's not trying to contain you. He's not trying to tell you what you can or cannot say or what you should or shouldn't think. There are so many people that are not Republican, that are not conservative, but they see Trump as the most liberal president out of all of them. Out of all the candidates, anyway. And he is. Because all these other candidates are fucking fascists. They are telling you how to live your life, how to think, how to feel, what to say, what you can't say. Trump is the only one fighting this bullshit. Now, I'm not getting on my knees and bowing down and calling him a god emperor. He's got a lot of flaws. But compared to what I am seeing from the left, you've got to be insane if you're going to vote for a fucking Democrat. Like, yeah, you're fucking insane. What's the funniest out of all this shit is that Lightfoot, who is a BLM activist, a BLM supporter. She can't even control her own base. If she was doing such a good job, if these BLM activists, rioters, gave a shit about Lori Lightfoot, why would they try to break into her home? And she's letting them do whatever they want. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. You want to fucking attack a police? You want to resist arrest? No problem. No problem. You'll go to jail for a night and we'll get you out. No charges at all. This is a mayor who is letting the riots run rampant. She doesn't give a fuck about small businesses. She doesn't give a fuck about minorities. But she's letting the BLM rioters do whatever they want. You give them an inch, they take it a mile. So are you surprised that they are now attacking her? A little bit. I didn't think it would be this quick, but they're attacking her. They're trying to send her death threats. This proponent for BLM is now being attacked by the same party that she was defending. Do you see where I'm going with this? It doesn't matter what you give them. It doesn't matter what demands you meet. They don't care about anything but destroying the system. They demand one thing, you give it to them, then they're going to demand another thing, and another thing, and another thing. And it'll never catch up. They'll never be satisfied until they control the government. Oh, okay, so I'm getting a little bit frustrated, so we're going to read the article, watch the video, and wrap it all up. So, sorry for ranting. Fuck! Oh, Applejack, hit it!
And we're over here, the Daily Mail. Chicago Mayor Lightfoot defends ban on protesters on her block. Says, quote, I have a right to make sure that my home is secure, as does every other American. But Mayor Lori is all about the BLM protests as long as they are literally not in her backyard. Yes, that's correct. Mayor Lori Lightfoot is all about the Black Lives Matter protests as long as they're literally not in her backyard. As long as they're not burning down her house, she's all cool with it. You can burn down any house you want but mine. Anyway, Lightfoot has refused to elaborate on the specific threats that she's getting according to the Chicago Tribune, but she did say that she receives them daily against herself, her wife, and her home. Lightfoot also told reporters that the comparisons to how the police department has protected previous mayors' homes such as Rahm Emanuel's and Ravenwood's residents are unfair because this is a different time, like no other. It's just a different time, people. Don't you understand? Like fucking racism, God! And Mayor Lightfoot says, quote, I think that the residents of this city understand the nature of the threats that we are receiving on a daily basis. On a daily basis. Understand that I have the right to make sure that my home is secure. I have that right, you know? Well, Mayor Lightfoot and the Chicago Police Superintendent David Brown were asked at an unrelated news conference about the Tribune report, noting police have banned protesters from demonstrating on her block in the Logan Square neighborhood, ordering officers to arrest anyone who refuses to leave. The directive surfaced in a July email from then Shakespeare District Commander Melvin Roman to officers under his command, but it did not distinguish between the peaceful protesters Lightfoot regularly says that she supports and those who might intend to be destructive, but ordered that after a warning is given to demonstrators, It should be, and I quote, locked down. She goes on, quote, I'm not going to make any excuses for the fact that given the threats I have personally received, given the threats to my home and my family, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that they're protected. I make no apologies whatsoever for that. Well, isn't that funny? Now you know how every other American in your city and around this country feel. They just want to protect their families. That's it. The article reads, it wasn't quite clear if Lightfoot would apologize to all those millions of Chicago residents who, just like her, exactly my point, just like her, are trying to avoid threats against their own families by angry, violent rioters anyway, but these rioters/looters whose despicable actions Lightfoot has repeatedly turned her eyes away from in hopes of peak virtue signaling. And the sweetest irony of this whole thing is now the mayor is hammering away at the Second Amendment. That's right, as she sits high and mighty protected by police with guns in her castle, as she sits up in her castle looking down at all the fucking peasants, all the rioters and all the destruction and chaos and mayhem, as she watches her city burn from her high castle, she wants to disarm you. She wants to take away the Second Amendment. She's doing everything she can to chip away at your right to bear arms, your right to protect yourself. As she's sitting high and mighty protected in her castle, she wants you to just, deal with these violent protesters, these rioters. They're not protesters, I'm sorry, they're rioters. She wants you to deal with these rioters unarmed. Get the fuck out of here. No.
Okay, so coming from somebody like the mayor who is trying to enforce that you wear masks inside your fucking home, in your front lawn, your back lawn, you're having a cookout, you have to wear a mask. This bitch is pushing it like crazy. Mask up, bitches. Was it Mask Up America or whatever? So coming from the woman who is trying to literally force you to wear a mask forever, basically, with no exceptions. No exceptions. If you're seen outside without a mask, you're arrested. Or a $10,000 fine. If you were a real captain of this democratic ship, then you would go down with the ship. But no, you are getting on the lifeboat and fucking fleeing for safety, while the rest of the crew and your passengers sink. You don't give a fuck about your community, Lightfoot, because if you did give a fuck, you would let the police stay there to protect the community, not you. I mean, you're the fucking mayor. Is it that hard to, hire some fucking muscle? Why do you have to take away the police? Hire some fucking private security with armed security. I know I'm yelling a lot, and I know my content sucks. Fuck off, I know. My channel is lame. My channel is so lame. Where did that come from? Wait, why did I just say that? I don't know, maybe this comment right here? Anyway, so the hypocrite who was telling you to always wear a mask within the first 2 seconds takes the mask off. She can't answer any questions, and then right when he's about to ask a tough question, she goes, just give me a second. Walks away, and then the fucking sheriff comes over and finishes the questioning for her. Because she can't even face her own community. She can't even answer questions that her own community is asking her. I hate Lightfoot almost as much as I hate fucking Gretchen Whitmer. Both of these women are she-devils. This is the same mayor who gave Donald Trump shit for not wearing a mask during his press briefing. This is literally. And as you're gonna see, she takes her mask off in the first fucking 5 seconds. She can't honestly answer one question. She says that she's been getting death threats and the community should know about these death threats and how serious they are. Bitch, I got death threats. I got death threats. You haven't even told us what your death threats are. I don't even know if you really have gotten death threats. Is this just a fucking charade? When I got a death threat, I made a fucking video. I let everybody know. I let everyone read the death threat. Where are your death threats? I'm not just going to assume that you got death threats and, I know politicians get death threats all the time. But, that should be normal.
Okay, I'm going to move on now. This is from Fran. How can you justify such a large police presence near your home at a time when police officers are stretched to the limit and working 12-hour days? And why are you enforcing a law banning protests at residential homes that has not been enforced in recent memory when protesters showed up at homes of your predecessors, including Mayor Emanuel?
So as always, Fran has multiple questions rolled into one, so let me try to take them. Say it again?
You got it in one email, so.
Yeah, but it's multiple questions, as it always is with Fran. And I'm going to defer, in the first instance, to the superintendent. But I'm going to say this. this is a different time like no other. This is a different time like no other. And I'm not going to make any excuses for the fact that given the threats that I have personally received, given the threats to my home and my family, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that they are protected. And I make no apologies whatsoever for that. We are living in very different times. And I've seen the threats that have come in. And I have an obligation to keep my home, my wife, my 12-year-old, and my neighbors safe. The deployments that are there when they are necessary. It's not a 24-hour thing. And I think that residents of the city, understanding the nature of the threats that we are receiving on a daily basis, understand that I have a right to make sure that my home is secure. I've talked to my fellow mayors across the country and seen the kind of things that they have been done to them and their family members. I'm not going to have that happen. That's not what my wife and my child signed up for. It's not what my neighbors signed up for. We have a right in our home to live in peace, just as every resident in our city does. And we're going to take the actions that are necessary. So comparing this to some other time doesn't make any sense, because there is no other time. Other time doesn't make any sense, because there is no other time like this one that we're in. Superintendent,
can you elaborate
hold on
on
one second. Superintendent,
can you elaborate
hold on
on
one second.
Can you elaborate
Hold
on
on one second.
Elaborate
Hold on
on
one second.
Yeah, I was going to expand on what the mayor ended with, how unprecedented the time is, and the comparison to any previous time. Maybe you had to go back to 1968 for the civil unrest comparison, but then you had to go back to 1917 for the global pandemic comparison. So there's really not a time where the two have converged, and such that we have seen very peaceful First Amendment protests for the most part, but embedded in each of those protests have been very violent people. And they're embedded, they put up umbrellas, and they come for a fight. So we have to prepare.
And what's worse is that the police chief can't even admit to the public that they are violent rioters. He's trying to say that there are some bad apples that are embedded in the BLM movement. No. The entire BLM movement has been completely hijacked. 100%. There are no peaceful protesters left in the BLM movement. They are all violent. They are all gangsters and thugs. Enough is enough. Eventually, you have to call it out for what it is. And that about wraps up all I have to say on this topic. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate the view. I appreciate you spending a few minutes of your day with me. It means the world. No shit, it really does. I love you guys. But before you go, I want to ask you this one question. So answer it in the comments below. If you made it this far. I know, a lot of people don't make it this far, but that's fine. Do you think it's okay for a politician or a community leader to take up all of the resources for themselves because they are more important than you? You see, I don't see one life more important than the other. All life is equal. Even if you're a fucking rapist, murderer, pedophile, unfortunately, all life is equal. It doesn't mean I won't kill you. But life is equal. If you don't protect your community, if you don't have a community, then you're not a mayor. You're nothing without the community. You have to have their best interest in mind at all times. Why is this so hard to understand? But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, don't forget to pull out. That is POOL. And as always, if you enjoyed my content even a little bit... Ow, fuck. If you enjoyed my content even a little bit, then please like, share, and subscribe. But if you don't want to subscribe or like or share, that's fucking fine. I don't care. Dislike the video. Go ahead. Do it. Do it. My content sucks anyway, right? Do it. I hope you guys know I'm not like this crazy, like all the time. I'm not. But today I am. Because I'm pissed. But real quick, I want you guys to know that on my 7,000 subscribers, so number 7000, I will be giving away this. I drew this myself, and I taped it on. See that? I taped it. But number 6,000 will get this and a DarthNews t-shirt, or maybe a hoodie. I don't know. But Let's get these subscribers. Let's get them up. You know what I mean? I know my content sucks, but let's get the subscribers up. Oh, but Darth, what about 6,000 subscribers? What about number 6,000? Don't you worry. I got you covered. Number 6,000 will get something special. It's a surprise. But I'll give it. I'll do a giveaway. I'll give away my fucking soul. Just get me to 6,000 subscribers. I need like 400. Alright, that's enough ranting. Woo! I don't know where that came from. By the way, I got this Afghan Kush. I know this. Okay, we're on OT right now. This is OT. Okay, the game's tied and we're going to overtime. But anyway, I want to tell you about this. This is that Afghan Kush, motherfucker. Woo! Now I'm not big on indicas, but holy shit, this one is like the only indica I've ever just. You want me to do it? All right. Fuck! Hold on. Fuck! I gotta take the mask off. I'm getting very sweaty. You see that? See how shiny it is? See that shit? See how gross that is? Some of you girls are like, I want to try your mask on. No, you don't. I'm a clean guy. I'm clean. But I can't breathe for shit. I can't breathe at all. Woo! Woo!